Days of Our Lives, Romance. How one night with Kat drove Chad out of Salem in agony. EJ's decision to enter the hospital's fundraising bachelorette auction and win a date with Kat wasn't a selfless act of charity. Yes, on the surface, he may have been helping the hospital, smiling for the cameras, playing the generous citizen. But anyone who knows the DiMera bloodline understands that nothing they do is ever without layers. This was not about community spirit. This was personal. Chad's mistake. Love left unspoken. Chad DiMera had feelings for Kat Green. That was no secret to anyone who saw the way he looked at her, even if he stubbornly refused to admit it to himself or to her. His hesitation wasn't just about timing or grief. It was fear. After losing Abigail, Chad couldn't bring himself to open that door again, even though his heart was already inching toward it. He had chemistry with Kat, undeniable and simmering, but he let fear and grief keep him paralyzed. And while Chad lingered in indecision, EJ moved. Ruthlessly. EJ's perfect opportunity fresh out of the hospital after surviving a coma-inducing shooting. EJ DiMera wasn't just waking up from physical trauma. He was waking up to unfinished business. His brother Chad had humiliated him publicly, publishing cutting editorials in The Spectator, leaking personal business, and allowing Leo Stark to run rampant with stories that stained the DiMera name. Sure, Chad apologized. But for a DiMera, apologies don't erase public shame. Revenge does. When the hospital's charity auction rolled around, EJ didn't hesitate. He bid high, ensured victory, and claimed his prize, Kat Green. And while many saw it as a simple date, for EJ it was the first move in a calculated plan. Not just to win Kat, but to hurt Chad. The date that shattered a brother. The moment EJ and Kat stepped out together, the gossip mills of Salem lit up. Chad, still teetering on emotional wreckage from Abigail's death and unsure of his future, was blindsided. Seeing Kat on EJ's arm wasn't just unexpected, it was devastating. This was the woman he almost confessed his feelings to. This was the woman he shared late-night conversations with, stolen glances, and unspoken promises. And now she was laughing with his brother. To twist the knife deeper, Rita, the cunning assistant who knows how to pull strings behind the scenes, was the one who made sure Kat was matched with EJ at the auction. It wasn't random. Rita, fiercely loyal to EJ, may have nudged fate just enough to ensure his plan went into motion. EJ's charm, Kat's curiosity, it's not hard to see why Kat went along with the date. EJ, after all, is no slouch. He's charming, polished, and knows how to command attention. Add to that a touch of vulnerability from his recent near-death experience, and suddenly he's a man with depth. Kat, too, has been through her own storms in Salem. Being with someone bold and direct must feel refreshing. There's no evidence that Kat meant to hurt Chad, but her decision to go out with EJ certainly didn't help him heal. And perhaps she, too, felt that Chad was never going to say what needed to be said. Family fallout and emotional landmines. Let's not forget the weight of Abigail's memory in all of this. Kat once modeled Abigail for a tribute feature, which made many, including Jack and Jennifer, extremely uncomfortable. They've never warmed up to Kat since, and they made it clear they wanted her nowhere near Chad. The wounds Abigail's loss left are still raw. Now, with Kat stepping out with EJ, any chance of reconciling with the Devereaux Horton family is gone. Jack and Jennifer are livid. Chad is heartbroken. And Salem is watching. EJ's true motivation, public image or personal vengeance? There's a theory floating around that EJ did all of this to rehabilitate his public image. Maybe. Donating to a hospital fundraiser, smiling for cameras, it's all good PR. But those who know EJ well understand the deeper motivation, revenge. He saw a chance to sting Chad right where it hurt, his heart, and he took it. It's classic DiMera strategy. Appear noble on the outside, but underneath, every move is a chess play. A foreshadowing of what's to come, and then there's that 60th anniversary Days of Our Lives teaser photo. Chad, Kat, and EJ posed together. That photo isn't just a moment frozen in time. It's a spoiler in plain sight. These three are on a collision course, and the fallout is far from over. But here's the twist. Chad is leaving. Actor Billy Flynn is headed to The Young and the Restless in early 2026. And from what we've heard, there's no plan to recast. That means Chad's departure may be permanent, at least for now. It also means Kat is likely going to need a new romantic interest. Who better than EJ? EJ and Kat, real romance or tactical affair? So the big question now, will this romance between EJ and Kat grow into something real? Or will it always be haunted by the shadow of revenge? Could Kat find herself genuinely falling for EJ? Could EJ surprise everyone and let down his guard? Or is this just a long game of power, pride, and retribution? Whatever the answer, Salem is bracing for the storm. Chad may have walked away, licking his wounds, but the ripple effects of this betrayal are just beginning. And knowing the DeMaras, they won't stop until one of them is left standing, alone, victorious, and utterly changed. Belle's heartbreak. EJ's sudden shift leaves her reeling. Is there any hope for a reunion? Salem has seen its fair share of betrayals, heartbreaks, and love triangles, but even longtime viewers were stunned when EJ DeMara abruptly dropped Belle Black for someone completely unexpected, Kat Green. For Belle, the pain is more than just emotional. It's a deep, personal betrayal that cuts to the core of everything she believed EJ to be. How could the man she once trusted, even loved, move on so quickly and so publicly? For a while, it seemed like EJ and Belle had found something genuine in each other. Their connection was complicated, built on years of friendship, emotional support, and shared scars. When Belle was at her lowest, hurting from Sean's betrayals, EJ had been her anchor. And when EJ needed someone to believe in him again, Belle stood by his side, even when the rest of Salem didn't. But now, all of that history has been thrown aside. EJ's choice to pursue Kat, especially through something as public as a hospital auction, wasn't just unexpected. It was humiliating for Belle. She wasn't given a conversation, an explanation, or even a warning. One day they were connected, and the next, EJ was courting someone else. Worse, someone who has been tangled in drama with Chad, EJ's own brother. Belle feels blindsided. Not only is she dealing with the pain of being replaced, but she's also facing the harsh reality that EJ may have used her as a placeholder, someone to comfort him during difficult times, but not someone he saw a future with. Now, with Chad leaving Salem and EJ growing closer to Kat, the question remains, will EJ come back to Belle when this game of revenge ends? Or has Belle truly been cast aside for good? Some believe EJ might eventually realize that what he had with Belle was far deeper than the thrill he's chasing with Kat. Unlike Kat, Belle knows EJ inside and out. She understands his trauma, his ambitions, and his darker impulses. They had a connection built not on lust or competition, but on history, pain, and healing. Still, Belle isn't likely to take him back easily. She's been through too much, especially with Sean, to allow herself to fall into another emotional trap. If EJ wants to return to Belle, he'll need to do more than show up with flowers. He'll need to earn back her trust, piece by piece. As for EJ and Chad, their brotherhood is dangerously fractured. What was once a tense rivalry has now escalated into emotional warfare. EJ dating Kat, who Chad clearly had feelings for, wasn't just thoughtless, it was calculated. EJ saw an opportunity to strike at Chad's heart, and he took it. With Chad leaving Salem, it's hard to imagine a reconciliation anytime soon. But nothing in Salem is ever final. In time, Chad may return. EJ may be forced to face the consequences of his actions. Belle may move on, or she may decide to give EJ one final chance. But for now, one thing is clear, EJ's choices have changed everything, and the fallout is only just beginning.